Multiply monomials by polynomials area model. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to find the area of a rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is length times width. So length times width. So we come over here and we say area is equal to length times width. Now sometimes they might not give you the length, and they might use the word height. So it might be area is equal to h times w. But what you're going to do in each case is you're going to multiply it together. If you look at what they give you here, this is similar to a times table. So what I want to do is I want to, step one, multiply my numbers. So whatever numbers I see, I want to multiply those numbers. Step two, I just want to count the letters. Okay, now before I get started, what I like to do is I like to take the letters apart. So what I mean by that is you have w to the third. That means you would have three individual w's. You have w to the second. I have two w's there. So now the only I have to do first is just take 4 times 5. Well, 4 times 5 is 20, and then I just count this up. Just count on my w's. There's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. So this is w to the fifth. Now the next one right here, they give me double signs. So I got two signs here. So I got a plus and I got a minus. Well, this overall sign is a minus. When you multiply and you see one negative, that answer is going to, actually that sign is going to be a negative. So we're going to take 4 times 3 first. So 4 times 3 first is 12, but you see we see one negative sign, so it's a negative 12. We have a single w up here. We see that we have 3, so that this would be my fourth w. Now if you're adding exponents, you see one w, so you make this into a 1. So you could simply go 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's another way of doing it. If the variables are the same, you can add the exponents when you multiply. Now the last one, the last term, we have the same problem here, same situation before. We got a plus minus. Well, a plus minus is going to be a negative. So let's take 4 times 4 is 16. There really is no change in the w's because after the negative 4 there is no w here. So this simply stays at w to the third. So let's write out what this would be in standard form. We would say 20 w to the fifth minus 12 w to the fourth minus 16 w to the third. Remember, standard form is your highest degree to your lowest degree. So what happens here, it goes 5, it goes 4, and it goes 3. So we'll type in 20, a variable is w, press your AB key. This is how you do your exponent. So press the AB key. Notice my cursor moved up to the top. I put in a 5. Now to bring the cursor back down, press the space bar. The next sign is a negative. So we type in a 12, we type in a w, we press the AB key, and the exponent is 4. We press the space bar, we're going to have a negative sign, press the minus sign, and we get 16. So 16, and then we just have w and the AB key to the third. So we have 20w to the fifth minus 12w to the fourth minus 16w to the third. Okay, next one, again, it's a rectangle, and again it's saying the height is 4w, a to the second, and the width is 6a to the second plus 9a plus 3. With the rectangle, you just times into two parts. The two polynomial, you'll see in this case here it's a monomial and a trinomial since it's 3 parts. So our area is going to be whatever the height is times whatever the width is. So what we're going to do first is this a to the second means there's 2 a's. This a to the second means there's 2 a's. So what we're going to do is just multiply. So 6 times 4 is 24, and then we have 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 a's. So this becomes a to the 4th. Now, since the letters are the same, so you got both a's here, you could add the exponents. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So let's go to the next one. We're going to take 4 times 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. There's only a single a here. So right here we got 1, 2, and 3. So this is a to the 3rd. Now, if we're adding exponents, that single a would be a to the 1st. So since they're both a's, you could say 2 plus 1 is 3. Now, there's no sign in front of the 36. If there's no sign there, it's automatically a plus sign. So let's move on to the next one, the last one. 3 times 4 is 12. And then you have only 2 a's. The 3 has no a's. So this is going to stay at a to the 2nd. There is no sign here, so this is going to be a plus sign. So what I get is 24a to the 4th plus 36a to the 3rd plus 12a to the 2nd. So I want to go from the highest to the lowest. So the highest degree, which is 4, then the 3, and then the 2. So let me go on to the next part here. Let me type this in. So I want to go 24a, then press my AB key, which is 4, and then press my plus sign. Oh, now I got to press my space bar. If I don't, I continue on top, and you don't want that. So press your space bar, brings everything down. So far I have 24a to the 4th plus 36. We have the letter A. We have the letter A there, and we need the AB key. Take it to the 3rd power. Press your space bar. Okay, we need our plus sign. This is 12. This is the letter A, and then our exponent is 2. So we have 24a to the 4th plus 36a to the 3rd plus 12a to the 2nd. Okay, next question. Again, we're dealing with a rectangle, and it says the height and width. Well, the height and width is a lot like the length and the width. So we want to take whatever h is and times it by w. So the h is the monomial here, so it's c to the 4th. So we'll write down 4 c's, and c to the 2nd we'll write down 2 c's. There is no number in front of the c, so we'll put down a 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. As for the c's, we have 4, 5, and 6. So this is c to the 6. Okay, so we have 3c to the 6. Now, again, we got the same situation we had before. We have a plus minus there. And remember, a plus and a negative, when you multiply, is a negative. So that turns into a negative sign. So we just simply take 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. There's individual c. So we have 4 and 5. So this is c to the 5th. And you're kind of clued to that because you know that this is your highest degree. So your highest degree is 6. So your next one's got to be less than 6. Sometimes it could follow to be 5. Sometimes maybe not. But you do realize that 6 would be your highest, and your next one down should be less than that. If it's not, then you did something wrong. Perhaps the terms themselves are not in order. So when you're multiplying, it's not in standard form. Because you can see that this is in standard form here. 2c and then no c. But sometimes they might, mess the order up here, and that would create a problem here in the boxes here as well. So make sure everything's always in standard form. Okay, the next one, you're going to take 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. There is no c's after the 3, so we keep the c to the 4th. Now, there is no sign in front of the 9c to the 4th, so just make this a plus sign. So let's write this out. So we have 3c to the 6 minus 12 c to the 5th plus 9 c to the 4th. So let's type this in. So we're going to start with the 3. Our variable is a c. We need the AB key for the exponent. It's a 6. Press the space bar. We brought it down. Press the minus sign. Okay, let's put in the 12. The letter C. The exponent is 5. Press the space bar. Okay, then we have our plus sign. Then we have our 9. Then we have our letter C. And then we have our exponent, which is 4. So we have 3c to the 6 minus 12c to the 5th plus 9c to the 4th. So it is in standard form, so it's from the highest degree to the lowest degree. Okay, again, we have a rectangle, so we know we're going to multiply two parts here. So we're going to say area. Normally we say area is length and width, but you can say height and width. So the height is 7a to the 2nd. The width is a to the 4th, 5a to the 2nd plus 4. This is in standard form. Okay, so what I want to do is, at the start, I want to take the a to the 2nd and write down 2 individual a's. Take the a to the 4th, write down 4 individual a's. I put a 1 in front because there's no number there, so 1 times 7 is 7. How many a's do I have? Well, here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is a to the 6. Now, I could simply since they're both a's, I could simply say 2 plus 4 is 6 and get the same thing. So let's move on to the next one. I got 5a to the 2nd, so that means there's 2 a's. So 7 times 5 is 35. I have 2 a's, that's 2, 3, 4. So this is a to the 4th. Now that would make sense because the highest degree is 6, so the next one's got to be less than 6. Sometimes it might be a 5, sometimes in this case here it went down to a 4. There is no sign in front of the 35, so I'm going to put down a plus sign. So if you have no sign there, put down a plus sign. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're going to take 4 times 7. So 4 times 7 here is 28. I have only 2 a's. There is no a's after the 4. The 28 is by itself, so I put down a plus sign. And again, it's got to be the exponent, the degree has to be less than 4. So we know it can be 3, 2, 1, whatever, but it has to be less than 4. So let's go ahead and write this out. So we have 7a to the 6 plus 35a to the 4th plus 28a to the 2nd. So now let's type this in. So we're going to say 7, the letter A, but we need the exponent, so we got to use AB. So the exponent is 6. Press the space bar, bring down the cursor, press down the plus sign. This is 35. A, press the AB key. This is to the 4th. Press the space bar. Okay, now we want to go plus 28. This is A to the 2nd. So press the AB key. So A to the 2nd. So I have 7a to the 6 plus 35a to the 4th plus sign 28a to the 2nd.